G'day folks, welcome to this second report from the Battle of Antietam. This is the full battle scenario, the day of battle. It is currently the start of the 8 a.m. turn, so we're just at the end of the 7:45 a.m. turn, and it's now been 2 hours since the battle started, 8 turns in, and divisions now need to roll for fluke stoppage. And incidentally, the very first roll was out here with Meads' division, the 3rd Division of the 1st Corps. So they failed their fluke stoppage roll, he failed his leadership roll, and they are pulling back to the rear. Not good news, because they were the most advanced of these Union divisions, really pushing hard out on the left here. The cornfield is all but secured by the Unions. A bit of a turn of events from the last hour. I said that they were failing. It looked like the 1st Corps were about to give up. Hooker kind of considered whether or not these orders were futile. He's suffered there's about, I don't know how many regiments are in here, close to 15 regiments, so horrific losses, and was very close to giving up. But then just really Meads' 3rd Division getting some good momentum going out in the far left and swinging this Confederate line back, starting to eliminate some Confederate regiments. And Hooker said, well, let's just see what happens over the next half hour or so. And it kind of began to swing in the Union favour. As I just pointed out here, there is one very weak Confederate regiment holding the last remnants of the cornfield out here. We've got the 1st Division out on the right, pushing quite well. 2nd Division have taken a lot of losses in the centre. There is not much left of them. This is basically 2nd Division around here, all but gone. Actually, sorry, I lied. There's some up here as well. The Iron Brigade has remained kind of as a brigade reserve back here, behind the 1st Division, the rest of the 1st Division, I should clarify. And I would prefer not to commit them. I think the Union will be in trouble if they are forced to commit. So we'll see. Again, really still kind of, you look here and it looks like the Union is doing well. They've pushed the Confederates back past the cornfield. But then you look behind the line here, and Hood has now been sent orders by Lee. They have not been received yet. Haven't been accepted yet, sorry. They are on their way. But he has orders to basically counterattack. McLaws has finally received and accepted his orders. And he will be coming down. You can probably see he's started to pass the orders on to his divisions, and they have started to accept that and move on down to the north up here. Meanwhile, the 12th Corps has arrived, and slowly they've been arriving, division by division, and they are taking up a position on the left flank of that 1st Corps. And the Sunken Road is way back here, so they're way off their kind of historical objectives. They're just going to drive south down through here. McClellan woke up, of course, and struggled to get things going. He failed to develop his orders, despite his pretty decent command rating. It's not that decent at all. Failed to get things going at the start, at least. And so there's a bit of a delay in the issuing of some Union orders. But he has sent orders to Burnside. They're a bit of a way off being accepted, though, at this stage. It's fair to say the Union has won the artillery duel. There's not much, if I take you around to Nicodemus Hill, there's not much Confederate artillery left. Some very heavily reduced. You can see 1 SP, 2 SPs, and then we have some infantry out supporting them. So not a lot left out here. There's still some decent Confederate artillery behind the lines here, but they're relatively limited in their lines of fire. They kind of often mostly have to wait for the Union forces to push past the cornfield before they can be hit. So look, this is still where all the action is. Burnside hasn't received his orders yet. There's nothing else happening out to the left. A bit of movement of artillery here and there, but that's about it. And the fight really for the cornfield continues. 2 hours of fighting. Thinking about this, I don't think it'll last long. Hood will eventually counterattack. McLaws will be arriving, and this first corps could really be in trouble. So it's an interesting situation. At what point does Hooker say these orders are futile? We can't capture the Dunker Church. I mean, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hexes away, but at what cost? Does he obliterate his entire corps in pursuit of these objectives? It probably can be done, but if he sees McLaws's division marching down the road, and all he's got left is the Iron Brigade struggling for that church, does he stop? Things for Hooker to consider over the coming 15, 30 minutes, I think. So, folks, just a reminder, this is the start of the 8 a.m. turn, 2 hours in. We are now rolling for fluke stoppages. And, the fighting for the cornfield hangs in the balance, I think it's fair to say. Mostly captured by the Union, but, can they hold it? Can they survive the impending Confederate counterattack? Stay tuned to find out.